Wholeness Vibrations. Thank you so much for joining my channel. All right, if you haven't subscribed, you already know what to do. Smash that subscription button. When you're ready, find your space on your mat. Preferably in the center. You can sit up tall in a cross-legged position. Maybe allow your hands to float down onto your knees. Being a goddess is all about creating your reality. So it is up to you. Would you like to receive energy through your palms, or would you like to connect with yourself? You can keep your palms open to receive. You can bring them down onto your knees to connect with you. We're going to ground ourselves with intention, but first, we must lead with breath. Taking a big, deep inhale, in through the belly, holding the air. Exhale, letting everything go. Holding the air out. You can repeat after me if you so choose. I set the intention to unlock the inner goddess. I set the intention to move with awareness of my mind, body, and soul. All right, baby, let's go. Let's bring the right hand off onto the right side of the mat and swing the left hand up overhead oh so gracefully. Bringing your hand onto the right side of your head, of your cabeza, and slowly bringing your head towards the left side of you, opening up through your right neck, the right side of your neck. Coming back into a center position and slowly bringing the left hand down onto the mat. Right hand swings up overhead. We're embodying grace here. So as you are moving your body, really attune yourself to your fingertips, extending the energy out so that you can move with more awareness. Deepening that stretch through the left side of your neck now, coming back into a seated position. We're going to roll out the neck, chin to chest, bring the head to the back of you, and keep it intentional. Maybe you inhale as the right air comes to the right shoulder, and exhale as the left air meets the left shoulder. Reverse, reverse, swap it out, going into the other direction with that same principle. Everything is about breath. Breath is our guide. It is our vehicle of awareness. Elongating the spine, let's attune your posture. These are very simple. And inhale, bring your shoulders up towards your ears, and exhale, roll them onto your back body, elongating through your heart axis. Inhaling, shoulders up towards the ears, and exhaling, drop them down onto your back. One more time, up towards the ears, and exhale onto the back. Swap it out, roll it towards the back, and come forward. Notice if you are rushing through this simple movement. To access this goddess energy, we must slow down. Inhaling, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhaling, softening them forward. And one more time. Inhale up towards the ears. And exhale forward. Beautiful is what you are. Let's get into a spinal flex. Coming into a tabletop position. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Very, very simple. We're going to add a little bit of a shake to it, all right? But first, let's get the fundamentals. You're inhaling, sending your ribcage towards the earth, and exhaling, tucking the chin, sending your heart towards the sky. Very, very simple. Inhaling low, exhaling high. Inhaling low, exhaling high. Inhaling low all through the nose, 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 exhaling high. Inhaling low all throug Last time, inhaling low, exhaling high. Stay here longer than you want to, and that is to say your chin is stuck in your chest. Let's come onto the fingertips, elongating through the spine. We're awakening the spine here. Good. And slowly roll up so that you're standing on your knees. Place your hands onto your hips if you so please. And we're going to take a moment to actually massage ourselves. This practice is not about getting into fancy postures. It is about awakening your ability to bend into new realities. So let's bring our thumbs towards our lumbar spine, right above those delicious butt cheeks. And we're going to roll our thumbs into a circular motion here, okay? And so you're placing all of your energy through your thumbs. We're isolating ourselves in awareness of what our thumbs are doing. And notice what is needed here, okay? You might end up moving your hips a little to the front, a little to the back. We want to awaken this dormant energy where if you have a womb, this is where your womb will be. And if you don't have a womb, this is your sacral chakra, okay? Once you've given yourself a nice little massage here, we can place our hands right above our glutes and we're just going to circle it out, okay? This is going to intensify as we go, but let's start with little baby circles. And I want you to slow it down. Not a fast pace. We're going to inhale slowly, sending the left hip towards the back of the room. Isolate your movement. As you exhale, round, the right hip comes right back so that you're standing where you used to be. When you get to this position, make sure you tuck the tailbone, maybe squeeze the glutes slightly, just to ground you in this motion. Let's do it one more time with more awareness. Inhale, round. And exhale, forward. Good. Remember to squeeze those glutes and send your hips forward. One more time. Inhale, round. And exhale, forward. Very simple. Let's swap it out. Reverse. Other side. Inhale to the back of you. And exhale, coming forward. Inhale to the back of you. And exhale, coming forward. Coming back onto your hands. And we're just going to shake out our butt, okay? Shake it, shake it, shake it left to right. If you don't have a butt or you feel like your butt is lacking in volume, don't worry about it. Focus on your hips. Focus on moving those hips left to right, awakening that dormant energy. Beautiful. Tuck the toes now and sit onto your heels. Very simple. You're inhaling here and exhale. So as you bring your hips down onto the ground, squeeze the glutes and slowly send your chest into the earth. Slide onto your forearms for sphinx pose. Once you get here, maybe you swing your hips left to right and slowly drop into a motion, the motion of the ocean. And when you're ready, slide your hands back underneath your shoulders. You're going to inhale here. Exhale, maybe you come onto your knees or you exhale and straighten out the legs, tuck the toes into your first plank pose, holding here longer than you want to. Inhale, feel the shake. Exhale, downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of practice. This inversion is one of the most important inversions that you can add to your repertoire. Okay, inhale up onto the balls of your feet and exhale, send the heels down towards the earth. Inhale up and exhale down. One more time, inhale up and exhale down. Beautiful. And now we're going to take a moment to lift up the right leg. Maybe you bring a slight bend into the left knee. If you're someone who overextends their knees like me, you might want to do that and protect the knee joint. Then you step the right foot just one step ahead of the left, lifting up the left leg now. This is going to help you with your split progressions over time. And it's important that we take small steps towards these goals. And when you're ready, release the left foot just a step ahead of the right and continue again with the pattern. If you notice it's becoming difficult for you to keep your hands on the ground, no worries. You just bring an even deeper bend into your knees, okay? And maybe you focus on straightening that lifted leg, which right now, that is our right leg. And then step that leg one foot ahead of the other. Last time here. This is our standing split position. You can deepen here if you have it in your practice. If not, that's okay. Step the foot back down to meet the right and lift your hands up into a chair pose. Maybe you lift up your toes, all 10 of them, and really ground deep into your heels. Squeeze your glutes. Bring your arms up towards the sky. Inhale here. And exhale, stand up tall, bringing the hands into heart center, Anjali Mudra. Taking a moment to find your footing. Closing your eyes, diving deep into the awareness of your body. Feeling all of your toes on the ground. Feel the ball of your foot on the ground, your heels on the ground. Activate your glutes and stand up tall. Inhale, hands come up overhead. Maybe you go for a baby back bend, squeezing the glutes, sending the hips forward. And exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale, halfway forward fold. And on your next exhale, step it back, high plank. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's twist it out before we take it down. We're going to bring our left hand off the mat to hold onto our right ankle. Pressing the ground away from you. You are now creating a portal. Gaze between it. This portal is one that is created with the right side of your body. Through this portal, I invite you to envision the things that you are changing in your body. Is there anything that is being opened? Any new ideas that are coming into form? There's no need to commit yourself to it. I invite you to bring awareness to them. Release your neck. Drop your head closer towards the earth. And soften here for 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Deepen the breath on this cycle. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the left hand back where it used to be, and the right hand comes to hold on to the left ankle. Again, if you have issues with your knees, you can bring a small bend into them if you so please. Gazing underneath and breathing through the left side body, which has now created this portal for us. This is our spiritual realm. Notice if anything is shifting in your spirit, in your soul. Taking a big deep inhale here. And exhale, letting it all go. And again, inhale. And exhale, release it. Coming back to downward facing dog. And press the ground away from you as much as you can. The goal is to see if you can get the top of your head onto the ground. Do your best not to force anything. Make sure you're moving with breath. The goal is no goal at all. Now send your knees down onto the ground. And we're coming into a plantar stretch. So that means that your toes remain tucked and you're sitting on top of your heels, opening up your palms and breathing here. Inhale and exhale. And as you are ready, you can swing your legs out to the side, whether that be through the left or through the right. Extend them outwards. Inhale, the hands come up overhead. And exhale, fold. Now I'm going to guide you through this because too often I see hunched backs. You don't want to hunch back. You don't want to be folding forward from this position. You want to fold forward from this position. Imagine a book, right? A book doesn't curve to fold. A book remains straight. Honor your spine of your own book as you're folding forward here. And write something new. Notice if there's a lot of tension in your hamstrings following up through your lower spine. These are things that you want to become more aware of. You don't want to force yourself into compression. You want to guide yourself there with breath. So inhaling, straighten through the spine. Really focus on getting the spine as straight as you can. As you exhale, which is an opportunity to release, to deepen the posture, you're going to maintain that straight spine. It's okay if this is where you're at. Shoot, it's okay if this is where you're at. It's okay if you can't even touch your toes yet. A goddess moves at a pace that makes sense for her evolution, for their evolution. Take your time with your body. Wherever you're at, we're going to hold it for 3 rounds of breath. Inhaling here. Exhale, deepen and soften your awareness. Inhale again. And exhale, soften. Inhale once more. And exhale, soften. Sitting up. We're going to shift our hips towards our heels. And now we're going to slide our hands down by our sides. And we're going to come into bridge pose, squeezing the glutes, sending the hips up high. All right, and we're going to focus on Kegels. So if you have a vagina, for all of my womb-holding vaginal individuals, you're going to squeeze your perineum. If you don't, you can always squeeze the space between your genitals and your anus. Squeeze the perineum, holding that energy there, and exhale, release everything down onto the earth. Let's slow it down. Inhale, raise the hips up high. Squeeze your anus, squeeze your perineum, squeeze your vagina, your vaginal muscles, squeeze your glutes. Everything is being activated and squeezing it, bringing awareness to this space, and exhale. Slowly bring it down onto the ground. Nice. And now we're going to lift the legs up overhead, and we're going to shake them left and right. And the shake here, if you can't conceptualize what I'm doing and why my glutes are moving the way they're moving, it's because I am focusing on moving my knees. I'm not focusing on moving my glutes. I'm not focusing on moving my feet. I'm focusing on moving my knees. You can focus on moving your heels as well as a good point of measure, so you can shake this energy out. It's really good for your lower back. So I'll break that down to you. The knees are coming in and out, the knees. My heels are also mimicking that same motion, in and out, in and out. Okay? In towards each other and out. All right. And now let's bring our feet together to touch for Supta Baddha Konasana. Now that the feet are together, the knees are out wide, you can place your hands onto your womb space, onto your sacral chakra, and slowly breathe into this space, bringing awareness into the body, noticing if anything has shifted from the beginning of practice to now. Breathing softly and smoothly, taking a big deep inhale. And exhale, moving the energy through. And again, inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. I'm just gonna wait for them to leave so I can close out the yeah, because I can feel that that's just gonna get loud. So many ants. And when you're ready, you can bring your knees into chest, squeezing them closely. Maybe you give them a big kiss. Take a moment to announce that I love you. I love myself. I love this body. I love my mind. I love my soul. I love my inner goddess. And when you're ready, maybe you rock and roll up into a seated position where we can now close out our practice. Taking a big deep inhale, bringing the hands up, and exhale, channeling this energy deep into your heart center. Thank you so much for joining me in practice, in ceremony, in movement, in breath, in awareness. I trust that the rest of your day or your night will be filled with alignment. May magical things happen all around you, and especially inside of you. Ashe.